Hi, it's John Terry, the Black Belt Leader, and welcome to this Black Belt Leadership Master Your Life podcast. In this particular episode, I want to talk about the law of increasing returns. Now, when I mention the law of increasing returns, most people's thoughts immediately go to money. Well, of course they do. We live in a money-focused society. It's the medium of exchange for the purchases of goods and services that we want and need. Specifically, when I mention the law of increasing returns, people's thoughts go to compound interest. Now, Albert Einstein referred to compound interest as the eighth wonder of the world. Simply put, it's money earning money and then reinvesting that money into the same investment so that that earned money earns even more money. And with time as an ally, compound interest can turn even a small lump sum of money into a sizable nest egg for your future spending needs. Now, while compound interest is an example of the law of increasing returns, the law of increasing returns is so much more than that. A kernel of corn planted in the ground doesn't simply produce another kernel of corn. From that one seed comes a stalk that produces multiple ears of corn, each having hundreds of kernels on each ear of corn. And the same is true for an apple tree. From a single apple seed comes a tree that produces an abundance of apples year after year after year. So a seed watered and nurtured will produce in abundance after its own kind. Now, every day, you and I are sowing seeds, whether we realize it or not. And every one of those seeds is going to yield a return in our lives. Every thought that we have is a seed that's planted in our subconscious. And as we focus our attention on those thoughts, our subconscious is going to water and nurture those seeds, seeking to convert that idea into its physical reality in our lives. So if we focus our attention on poverty and lack, we're going to nurture that seed subconsciously and ultimately attract more of that into our lives. If we focus our attention on failure and our past mistakes, doubting ourselves and our abilities, we're going to invite more failure and more mistake into our lives as well. If we focus our attention on anger and resentment, our subconscious is going to do everything in its power to bring about the experience of more of that in our lives. But if instead we choose to focus our attention on abundance and opportunity, we're going to nurture those seeds in our subconscious and attract more of that into our lives. If we focus our attention on personal growth and personal development, we become a better version of ourselves that makes us more attractive and more valuable in the marketplace as we expand our knowledge, our wisdom, our insight, and our experience. Now, Zig Ziglar understood the law of increasing returns and the law of reciprocity when he famously said, you can get anything you want in life as long as you're willing to help enough other people get what they want. What was he saying? As you sow the seeds of generosity in other people by using your skills, your talents, and your ability to help them get what they want, you're also sowing the seeds for your future harvest as you are now soliciting multiple people who are going to reciprocate by helping you get what you want to achieve your own dreams and goals and ambitions. Now, every day, your thoughts, your words, and your actions are seeds that you're planting. So you want to be sowing seeds every day in the soil of opportunity where you want to experience a harvest in your life. Now, not every soil that you sow in is going to yield the same return. Some seeds you're going to sow will never yield a harvest, but others will yield a little, but many will yield a lot. You need to be conscious of where you're investing your time, your energy, and your resources as you're tilling, sowing, watering, and nurturing your seeds so you're getting a tenfold, hundredfold, and thousandfold return on the seeds that you're investing in your own future abundance and success. And don't forget, the seeds you sow today may not yield a harvest tomorrow. A seed takes time to germinate, to grow, and ultimately produce an abundance after its own kind. So be conscious of the seeds you're sowing as you're going to reap what you sow. So you want to make your sowing intentional and be sowing seeds every day because you're going to get different yields depending on where you're sowing. The other thing you want to make sure you don't do is after you have sowed the seeds of surplus and abundance and positivity that you want to receive in abundance, you don't want to go back and dig up those seeds of success, or even worse, go back and plant seeds of failure and limit and lack on top of those if you shift the focus of your thinking. That's like planting an incredible garden of fruits and vegetables. And then immediately after you've planted those seeds, going back and sowing weeds on top of that same soil that's ultimately going to choke out the seedlings so they produce little or nothing as a harvest. So my challenge to you this week is pretty straightforward. Pay attention to your thoughts. What's the conversation going on between your ears? Is it negative or is it positive? Is it pessimistic or is it optimistic? What are you anticipating? What are you expecting? Do you expect things to get better, to get worse, or to stay the same? Your thoughts become the seed of your future self. So I want to encourage you, choose them wisely. Because as James Allen famously said, as you think, you become. Let me leave you with this. Your thoughts become your beliefs. Your beliefs shape your behaviors. Your behaviors become your habits, and your habits dictate the abundance or the lack thereof that you are going to experience in your life. So choose your thoughts well, nurture and water those seeds, and expect that harvest of incredible abundance to come as you continue to focus your energy and efforts there. Hey, I'm John Terry, the Black Belt Leader. Thank you for joining me for today's Be a Black Belt Leader podcast. You want to learn more about who I am and what I do, you can visit my website, beablackbeltleader.com. Check out many of the online, on-demand, free trainings that we've got available. And also, while you're there, be sure and visit the Contact Us page and follow me on social media, where you'll have an opportunity to get insights, tips, and resources that we share through multiple social media platforms every single day. Again, John Terry, the Black Belt Leader, reminding you, don't just be a leader, be a Black Belt Leader and live your life with Black Belt excellence.